okay for everyone?
Yeah, looks good.
Excellent. Okay, so first of all, a big thank you to you, Alex, and the Angling Trust for hosting it. So Clubmate is primarily for non-for-profit clubs and also fisheries. The meeting tonight really is aimed more at clubs rather than fisheries. If anyone's with a fishery, then my contact details will be on the end slide, and I'll be really happy to offer you a one-to-one, and then we can discuss what your needs are. So during tonight, I want to look at why you should consider modernising your club, and within that, how it can simplify your administration tasks, why you should set automatic messages for renewals, taking online payments, making life a lot easier for your bailiffs to work within GDPR regulations. And if you use the question area, as Alex said, and then we'll have a session at the end where we can answer all of those. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with Clubmates, my name is Kevin. We started in spring 2017. The reason behind it was our founder had a really poor experience of joining a club. He has to download a form, fill it in, find his checkbook, go to the post office and purchase a correct size envelope and large letter stamps, send it all off and wait, and then make a phone call 3 weeks later. The secretary said he hadn't received it, so he started the whole process again. And since then, just our founder, I joined, and then we've now got nine staff, full and part-time. We've recently merged with Clubmate, who work with gyms and sports clubs, providing a very similar service using the member software. And we think this is a real positive for us, as it strengthens our support from the developers, and because we're always looking to review and develop our systems to meet the needs of our clubs. So that's a short intro about us. We've been going from strength to strength. We now have approximately 200 clubs that we work with, and we're constantly striving to make life easier for the volunteers who run the clubs. So we only work with fishing clubs and fisheries, and we are aligned with such bodies as the Angling Trust and the National Line Recycling Scheme. Our system is accessible on any device, so it works well on PCs, Macs, tablets and smartphones. We're all human, and all anglers too, actually. So 50% of us are working on committees of fishing clubs as well. And our rationale is to increase participation in fishing and provide technology to simplify the club management. So here's a few of our happy customers. I say we're working with over 200 clubs, and they'd be too small if I put them all on the screen. But within that, there's probably about 1,000 plus volunteer committee members, bailiffs, and other people doing other jobs within the clubs. And you might recognise one or two of the clubs in here. Your own club may well be there. So why fishing club committees choose Clubmate? Well, these are the 6 common reasons. We'll go through them individually, but if you're looking to modernise your club's membership systems, then these are the things that will help you do that. We can save you time. Certainly a huge thing is the growth of the clubs to make them sustainable, reducing your costs, and future-proofing. So we'll go through these individually in one by one. Also at the bottom of each slide, there's a direct quote from our members, and these are people that have sent these in to us. They're not ones that we fabricated, and most of them are open to having a call should you wish to talk to them about how they use Clubmate. So saving time and fish more often. Now, something we all want to do is go fishing more often. And to do that, we can eliminate your unnecessary paperwork. So our Clubmate is a fully integrated system. The members do the work for you. You have the automatic payment reconciliation. So when somebody pays, then it goes directly into your bank, and it also will be showing in Clubmate in the operation and performance reports. Also, it will go directly into the member reports, so you can see who's new, who's renewed, and many other things too. Growing your club. So Martin from Froome Anglers has said here, since using Clubmate, they've increased by 300%. Now that's exceptional. Most clubs that use Clubmate grow by 23 to 25% per annum. The reason is most people now are used to doing everything online. Certainly since lockdown, people are wanting to pay for services and goods online a lot more. And the more you engage with your members, so you can send out regular emails, newsletters, the higher chance they're going to stick around year after year. So it's something that they'll talk about. You can have it on your Facebook as a link, etc. So the social media side of things is so important these days. Keep your club fresh and moving. Reducing unnecessary costs. So, if you want to do that, at the moment, a lot of people are sending out books in the post. They're sending out letters, newsletters, and each one of those is costing them money. I think second-class stamps now gone up to 68p. So you can send those out to, and you can also direct it to various member groups. So if you just wanted to send a group onto the committee, you can do that. You can also set it up for automatic messages. So for renewal time, you can send it so that email goes out with a link in it to the members' renewal, and they click on that. It takes them straight to their page where they can, if they've got their card details in there, just click renew, and automatically does it. It takes them about 30 seconds. And they can do that on their PC, Mac. Also, I'm coming on to it, but we've got some apps as well that they can use to do that. So future-proofing the club. Well, club committees in general, demographically, are getting sort of older. It's a fact of life. And having something that the younger members can use and get into, like a system like this, that they're not going to spend a load of time on, is really something that is very, very useful. It's connected in real time. So if you have, as we all have been having Zoom meetings, committee meetings by Zoom, then everyone can access it at the same time, and they can look at the same detail in time. And so, when the workload is a lot less, it's much easier to attract volunteers. And you can also potentially look at having an assistant membership secretary or treasurer who's younger. So the older members who have volunteered for a long time are still involved, but the younger ones are potentially helping them to do that work for you. So there's a number of ways you can look at using the system. Securing the members' data. Well, data security is really, really important to Clubmate and obviously to yourselves. We use Microsoft Azure as our provider, who've got fantastic firewalls in place. It keeps everything GDPR compliant. We use a card company called Stripe for the bank card details, and they're not seen, stored or transmitted by Clubmate or yourselves. And this data is always held by them. They're FCA regulated, as well as go cardless if you wanted to do direct debits, which you can still do with the system. So it really does make it really secure for you to make sure that it's all compliant. So this is one of our features that we started last year, which I know that some clubs are using to the full. We've got our bailiff app, the members app, and the admin users app. It's available at real time, so the bailiff can go online. He can make notes against members' profile, fully searchable, so he can see a picture of the member and their membership category. He doesn't see any more than that, so it's GDPR compliant, and he can only access his own club. So with that, he can also take coming up soon bankside payments using a card reader as well. So this is really what we're looking at. So it's great, and I think you can see on the left-hand slide that a lot of clubs are using some DIY systems that they've put together themselves. They don't necessarily talk to each other, and what we've done is we've integrated it so that things can all talk together. So when somebody pays, we don't use PayPal, we use Stripe, as I said, but somebody pays online by Stripe, then once they paid, that goes into the members database, and then from there they get a welcome email with their renewal, and you can attach links to your books on their maps, etc. As soon as they become members, they can then put that on their phones, and they can then update their own data. They can also add a spouse or child onto the system as well within that. Can also help with maps as well if you need maps. So there's a whole raft of different things that are fully integrated within Clubmate. So it's financial reports, member reports, all the communication tools. There's a booking system if you have day tickets, exchange tickets, or guest tickets. And the other good thing is that it's a lot more secure. So at the moment, if you've got any of these systems on the left, they're great, but your club could be at risk if an individual's computer or the person goes sick, so viruses on the computer, hardware or software failure, if the individual gets ill or something. And if you're still working on a paper-based system, there's always the danger of losing all that paperwork in a fire. And I know it's happened to a couple of clubs previously. So this system is designed not to replace the key individuals in your club, but to make life easier. So the communication tools really give a much smoother communication with your members. It saves you money on the postage, and obviously banks closing, etc. Going to the bank, it can be a challenge, but this generally puts everything in one place. The money from Stripe goes straight into your account, unlike PayPal where you have to draw it down. So there's some great things in there. In the reporting system, you can see every new member that joins, and you can see their method of payment. You can still obviously take cash and cheque payments should you wish and process them manually through the system, so that if any of your members aren't on emails and prefer to do it the old-fashioned way, then they can still do that. So you're not alienating anyone at all. So that's that part. We also build modern, affordable websites for clubs, and they're tailored to each individual club. So the pricing, I mean, this isn't really a sales thing, but if you're interested, £1.80 per member per year. Because we're partnered with the Anglian Trust and Anglian Cymru, if you are, then you get a discount of 20%. And if you are a club that's over 1,000 members, then we cap that at 1,000, so that after that there's no more charges, no contracts, no minimum term, no setup fees, and that includes training and customer support. And there we go. That actually costs less than half a pint of maggots per member per year. So Alex, I'm going to ask you now if you've got any questions for us on the system.